Hey guys, this is my first ever theory video, so it may not be that good, but let's just begin. In episode 3, we got a lot of lore, but what I'm most focused on today is this flashback scene with Kinger and his wife. Now this flashback scene is very interesting for a few reasons. One, in this flashback scene, we see Kinger casually just touch his wife, who, might I remind you, is abstracted. And what happened the last time a character tried to touch an abstracted character? That's right, back as early as to episode 1, we see an abstracted character. When Pomni and Ragatha come in contact with this character, they start to glitch out. But in the photo I showed, Kinger is clearly touching his wife, but he doesn't start to glitch out at all. In case you guys haven't seen the clip, the flashback itself, I'm going to play it on screen for you. All credits go to Gooseworks and Glitch Productions. But anyway, here's the clip.
Right after my wife had abstracted, I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together. And it was dark. The darkness seemed to calm her down a bit. The harsh, jagged edges smoothed out, and she didn't seem aggravated anymore. She wasn't the same as before, but she was calm enough to touch one last time before she got sent to the cellar.
Alright guys, time to put on our theorist hats. Not only does Kinger touch his abstracted wife, but his hand doesn't glitch. Then he somehow manages to tame his abstracted wife. Since she doesn't attack him or seem angry, he calms her down. And then he also says in the clip that her rough, jagged edges seem to smooth out.
The harsh, jagged edges smoothed out.
Now, I don't know what all this information means to you guys, but to me, this means Goose is clearly trying to give us some clues that a character can unabstract. Now, why does any of this matter? Why does it matter that we can unabstract a character? Let's go back to our sad jester girl Pomni for a moment. She is our main lead, our protagonist. And, like any protagonist, she has a conflict. She wants to escape the amazing digital circus, but Kane says there's no exit. But Pomni's seen one, and so has KAUFMO. All over his room, he's scribbling about exits, and that's the whole reason he abstracted in the first place. He went crazy trying to look for an exit. Now, I have a feeling that KAUFMO knows a thing or two about an exit, but before he could escape, he of course abstracted. Now, that's where the unabstraction comes into play. If Pomni and the rest of the gang can unabstract KAUFMO, he might be able to tell them a thing or two about how to escape the digital circus, and then all of our protagonists can escape. It feels like a good way to end the show. I mean, how else would they end it? They go, in each episode, it's assumed they go on adventures every day, but at one point, are they going to take steps to solve the conflict? That's why I think they're going to try to unabstract KAUFMO. But how exactly will they do that, you're probably wondering. Let's go back to episode 1. If we want to try to calm KAUFMO down in hopes to unabstract him, like Queenie, Kinger's wife, almost did, then he needs to be in a dark room. He needs to be by a loved one who's going to calm him down. And I think that's everything we need to calm him down enough for him to unabstract. Now again, Kinger and Queenie were loved ones, so that's how he was able to calm her down. That's one of the important factors in the calming down the abstracted. But does KAUFMO have any loved ones in the circus that are going to calm him down? Yes. Yes, he does. And it's the character who you least expected. I know what you're thinking. How does Jax have a good relationship with KAUFMO? Jax doesn't have a good relationship with anyone in the circus. Like, Gooseworks has said multiple times that everyone hates Jax. So how does he have a good relationship with KAUFMO? Well, there's a few clues.
I've been looking for this. Thanks for keeping an eye on it, Coffee. I'm gonna head out. See ya.
Now, that was our first clue. Jax's bowling ball was in KAUFMO's room, so perhaps KAUFMO was borrowing this bowling ball for whatever reason. I don't know. But Jax also has a nickname for KAUFMO. He calls him Coffee. But yeah, let's look for more clues.
Service to remember the people who abstract.
In that little scene, Ragatha and Pomni are talking about KAUFMO's funeral, and Jax shows a little emotion, a little sadness, but he quickly covers this up because he doesn't really want to know. He doesn't want to let others know that he has feelings. He doesn't want anyone in the circus to know that. So he quickly puts on an angry face. But you can't trick us, bud. We know you were sad. So he's obviously sad about the loss of his friend KAUFMO. And then for our last clue that they had a good relationship, it just makes sense. A clown that tells unfunny jokes teaming up with the prankster who does unfunny pranks. Yeah, that sounds like an iconic class clown duo. No one finds them funny, but it doesn't matter because they find themselves funny.
I know we didn't always get along, like when you called me out for fake laughing at your jokes.
Now, just to prove that this has a chance of working, when KAUFMO was in his room where Jax, Ragatha, and Pomni discovered him, Jax was there, and Jax is a loved one of KAUFMO, like a friendship, and his room is pretty dark. KAUFMO's room is dark. Those are the two factors to calm him down. And if you remember, KAUFMO doesn't start attacking them in that scene. He just stands there. It is only when Jax leaves, and only when Jax leaves, that KAUFMO leaves his room. And after KAUFMO leaves his room, it's no longer dark. So, the two factors that were calming him down that are now gone, that's when he starts attacking Ragatha and Pomni. It all makes sense. Goose hasn't just been teasing this since episode 3. She's been teasing this since the first episode. Those are the two factors to calm and abstract it down. And as soon as those two factors were gone, boom, KAUFMO abstracts Pomni and Ragatha. Now, finally, in conclusion, now that I have given you guys enough proof that a character can unabstract, let's take a guess at how the ending of the Amazing Circus will be. So I'm thinking the last 3 episodes, the characters make a plan, and they have to convince Jax, and Jax will have some character development maybe or something, or maybe he's just only doing it so he can escape. But anyway, they figure out a plan. They somehow unabstract KAUFMO. They convince Kame to let him out the cellar. And then KAUFMO gives them all the info, all the tea. He tells them how to escape, how they're going to do it. And then they're going to escape. Now, this was my first ever theory video, so there are a lot of bad things, some good things, so open feedback is welcome in the comments. But without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, comments should be turned on. Thanks for watching.